Welcome to episode 12. This is going to get spicy. Alright, I've got 5.5 million credits. What I'm going to do next is buy some more traders, because the more traders I have, the faster my income grows. I might change the loadout a little bit too. They could use better engines. I've got Mark 1s in, which are not very fast. I'm going to switch from Seawiz to Hunter, which is basically targeting larger ships. The Hunter turret isn't going to be able to hit like the cock ships or small fighters that are zipping around, but the Seawiz turret doesn't put out enough damage to really affect medium ships. Therefore, switching to a Hunter turret is more likely to deter the Minotaur raiders that are likely to attack these things. There we go, overriding the loadout save. It's gone up to 1.2 million per trader, but it's a considerably more robust trader now than it was, and quicker. I think it'll be worth it. Looks like I can buy up to 4, so I'll buy 3. Here you can see that the station needs 137 shield components in order to complete the construction. I'm going to see if I can find some shield components for sale and then use 2 or 4 to pick them up and sell to that wharf in 18 billion. Next, I think it's time to go into Terran space. We've got the Void here sitting all by itself currently, and I haven't really done anything in it except pick up that miner. So what I'm going to do next is go to the Void and start opening things up. Explore a little bit, then head to Terran and Pioneer space down here and just see where the story unfolds. So I've tried the chain gun and the beamer, and that's it. Let's see what the other weapons can do. Chain gun, maybe autocannon. Autocannon requires a military license, which I've got, but it's curious.
Please hold. We will be scanning your cargo.
Yeah, I might try that next. I know what burst ray does. Not good for dogfights. EBC, which is the energy bolt chain gun, is also interesting. The fragmentation bomb launcher, which is also very interesting. That looks like it does quite a lot of damage. I might actually try that next. Heavy scattergun. Impulse ray emitter, which does less damage. Ion cannon, which does a lot more damage, but it looks like it does shield damage. I think if you go to the encyclopedia, you can see that the ion cannon and specialized anti-shield weaponry. Since Given the Argon's steady research into ion technology since its introduction from the borons, except we haven't done that yet, so not sure how that works. But that will be interesting at some point. The particle accelerator cannon. That could be good. Pulsed beam emitter, which seems to be
Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission granted.
more damage than the beamer. You know, this might be worth trying next, actually, to see what the difference is between the pulsed beam emitter and the beamer. Or the pulse beamer, for that matter. There's so many weapons, I don't know what they do. Let's see, sustained weapon output 298 versus 269. Not a lot of difference. I kind of wonder, why does the pulse beamer exist? Scattergun. I'm not really messing with launchers yet because obviously for Dogfighter you're not going to want your solitary weapon being a missile launcher. But yeah, let's try pulse beamer next and see how that goes. Okay. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what that'll be like in a fight, but we'll find out. I can probably get in a little bit of a Xenon fight in Second Contact.
Hey there, partner. Don't keep our contact waiting too long.
I don't need mission reminders, thanks.
Katana.
Yeah, see, there's Terran ships right there. They're pink because they're enemy. They're not hostile, but they are enemy.
Entering system. The Void.
So here we are in the Void. And we're going to go south to start. Into probably Xenon space. Wow, somebody killed an eye. Nice work, guys.
Entering
Ooh.
system. Frontier
Fight.
Edge.
Ooh, big fight. What is this? Oh. Look at that. Look at that. I love it.
Docking denied. E.
I'm not messing with that. Not in this ship.
M.
I might be able to take an M on. It's hard to get a lock. They do seem to be somewhat effective on the shields of the M. But man, that gimbal, I tell you, I don't like how long it takes the gimbal to lock on. I ended up missing a lot of shots. Looks like my ship is more maneuverable than the M, allowing me to make a tighter turn. Look at this battle. This is awesome. Ooh, well, he just wasted my target.
Giving weapons to machines was never a good idea.
What is this ship?
Osaka.
Patrol Destroyer Osaka. Terran Destroyer. Yeah, the Terrans are putting up a pretty good fight in this sector. This isn't normally how it goes. Normally this sector is light Antigone resistors and very rapidly Xenon taking them over. But look at this. Look at the weapons on this thing. Ooh, what are these? Oh, somebody targeted me.
Osaka.
Yeah, the capital ships feel a lot more potent. I probably should get out of here. I really don't have a lot of durability in my ship. But I think I figured out what the pulse beam emitter... what is it that I've got? Yeah, pulse beamer. I think I figured out what the pulse beamer is all about. So what it does is it fires 3 shots before it has to essentially recharge. 1, 2, 3, and I'm holding down the trigger. 1, 2, 3, pause. 1, 2, 3, pause. So what that means is instead of a constant bzzz, where it's just as long as the beam is on the target, it's taking damage, this is concentrating the damage into 3 quick bursts that if you hit them, it does a lot of damage. If you miss, then you miss out on a lot of damage. That's more useful if you think you can, if you think you can't hold the weapon trained on the target. So you get a quick lock and you fire it, and then you get a few hits, and then you break off and you try again, or something like that. It's just a different style of weapon. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go respec and try the next one out. I switched to the Perseus, and it seems that I have different weapons available to me now. Notice that I've got something called the I've got the plasma gun and the plasma burster, which weren't available for the Scout. I'm thinking that the reason being that these are high-powered weapon slots, And in high power weapon slots, you can put better weapons on. And also I've got 2, which means I'm going to have a little bit more fun with this one. Instead of the pulse beamer, which I just tried, I'm going to go with the pulsed beam emitter, which seems like a little bit of a step up from the pulse beamer. Not a lot of weapon damage output difference, but the style might be different. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. I'm also going to spend the extra 150 to just slightly improve my maneuverability by buying Combat Thruster 3. Something just occurred to me. I'm seeing a jump gate off in the distance there. And I haven't gone through it. I probably should check that out. Oh, there's 2 of them. One of them might be inactive. Wait.
Jump gate. Unknown sector. Unknown object.
That's interesting. Inactive jump gate. Yep, that one's inactive.
Entering system. The Reach.
Oh, the Reach. I completely forgot about this. Awesome, my vultures are done. Chauffeur 6.
Autopilot. Disengaged.
What do we got here? Big Terran fleet heading for Frontier Edge. Looks like the Terrans really have a lot invested in Frontier Edge this time. But before I go in, just one more ship to rename. One more ship to assign a duty. No. Shit.
M. M.
Oh! Oh! That's a cool weapon. Look at this. This is very different than I expected.
I wish this stupid machine would leave me alone. You're in for it.
Oh. Well, that's very interesting. This is a pretty cool weapon. What was it called again? The Pulsed Beam Emitter, PBE. So the pulsed beamer is that pew 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 pause, pew 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 pause. And this one's just, you know, it's just pure awesomeness. Only thing I could criticize about it, though, is that the bolts, yeah, the bolts appear to be coming from somewhere other than the guns. Look at that. Though it's it's rapid fire. If anything is rapid fire, this is rapid fire, and it's constant too. It doesn't like the chain gun will go until the.
I wish this stupid machine would leave me alone.
Hang on.
N.
The chain gun only fires for a little while before it kind of gives up and has to reload. But this thing...
You're in serious trouble.
Looks like the Terrans are really kind of dominating the Xenon here. Yeah, man, a dead eye. That's sending a message.
M.
Oh. I hope I don't get hit. Like flying into a meat grinder. I just need to find a good spot for this last trader to operate out of. I think maybe Animus Zura. That's probably okay. There we are. Now all 8 Chufers and the 2 small traders. I got 8 mediums and 2 small traders working full-time trading, and that should keep the income coming in. In fact, I am confident enough where I think I'm just going to buy another one. Now my balance is under 1 million, but look, 3.2 million credits are due from trades already. Yeah, this is gonna go well, I think. Especially once I start opening up more sectors. Like I want to get the Terran stuff going and put some traders over there too. That'd be great. I really need that.
Entering system. Frontier Edge. N. Incoming missile.
Oh shit. Did it launch? I clicked the button to launch a countermeasures, but I don't know how to tell if it actually worked. Oh yeah, I'm releasing countermeasures. Check it out. Over and over again, apparently. I've never used countermeasures before. I'm not really sure how it works, but I have heard somebody warned me, fear the missiles. So, N. Wait. Did they all go out? Because honestly, that shouldn't have happened. Why did it release so many flares? Loadout. Flares, there it is. Countermeasures. Flares, 8 out of 9. So I've used 1, but it released many. So I guess it's 9 charges of flares, not 9 actual flares. So that's probably a good thing. Yeah. I have a feeling that would be a bad fight.
Incoming missile.
Frick.
Incoming missile.
Whoa, barely escaped that one. Yeah, missiles are going to be a game changer, I think. I'm not really fluent on how to deal with them or use them properly.
Entering system. Atya's misfortune.
Turn my flight assist off. Just coast through.
Entering Atya's misfortune. 3.
At 20 kilometers per second. I'm learning about superhighways. They are a little bit different than jump gates.
Entering system. Faulty logic.
And the difference specifically is that a superhighway will disengage your travel mode when you go through it. So normally a jump gate, you can go through it with travel mode on, super high speeds. Travel mode stays on as you go through the jump gate and pop out in the other sector and carry on with your travel mode. Same thing for accelerators, I think, although I can't be sure. Superhighways seem to disengage your travel mode. So they turn it off, and you can turn it back on again on the other side, which in certain ships can take a while to charge it up again and turn it back on. And that might be a bad thing if you have a hostile cluster on the other side of the superhighway. But I've noticed that the superhighways spit you out at 20 kilometers per second, which is incredibly fast, much faster than your travel drive can go. So if you just leave flight assist off, then your ship won't try to slow you down on the other side of the superhighway, and you can just really quickly cruise through the next sector and pretty much blow through any kind of blockade that's sitting for you on the other side of the superhighway. And once you get your bearings, you turn your flight assist back on and you re-engage your travel mode and carry on from there. So here we are in faulty logic 7, which is the same sector that I picked up the Odysseus. That leads to faulty logic 1 and then to Holy Vision after that. And what we'll do now is turn around and head back to the void. Yeah, they've noticed me.
Entering system. Atya's misfortune.
I like to turn the HUD off when approaching a superhighway from a long distance because the icon covers the entire structure, and it's good to be able to just get a bearing on what direction it's facing. You want to be facing directly into it rather than off to the side. See, this engine will only take this ship up to 5,500 meters per second in travel mode, which isn't really particularly fast. But it's a good combat engine. And it seems to be a fairly decent fighter. Much better than the Pegasus, at least.
Entering Atya's misfortune. 1.
See, so I've just demonstrated what I was talking about. This time I did not turn flight assist off. And when I went through the superhighway, it turned off my travel mode and quickly decelerated me down to my maximum conventional thrust, which is about, 500 meters per second or something. And then I have to charge up and go. And if there's hostiles surrounding that area, I'd be shot at and probably killed. So it's a very good idea to keep flight assist off when you're entering a superhighway if you want to maintain your speed. Just a little tip about that noise. The alert that happens is the alert for being targeted, obviously, is how I've been using it. But in case you didn't know, you go into player information, then global orders, and then alerts. Oh, wait, no. That particular alert? Oh, you know what it might be in? It might actually be in options, settings, game settings. Here it is. Here it is. It's in game settings. So enemy proximity alert plays this. Enemy target lock alert plays this. That's the sound it plays when you're targeted or when you have something that's an enemy that's nearby. Those are alerts that you set up specifically in your game settings. But if you want to set up other alerts, you would go into the global orders, and then you would go into alerts and set up, like this is the one I set up for cock spotted, or you can create a new alert and you can set it for making a sound or a message that comes up for you when certain things are spotted in certain sectors. Sometimes you want to fine tune it to what type of ship is spotted or whatever. It's very, very handy. Highly recommend using alerts to have the game notify you when things are happening that you want to know about. It's completely customizable, which is great. Wow, the Terrans really have a presence in Frontier Edge. That is... Hang on, did I just see... Okay, so that's a carrier.
Chiba. Container. Sin.
There's a Sin
Osaka.
and an Osaka.
Sin.
The Sin, I really want to get a Sin again because I love flying this thing. It's a fantastic destroyer with just punishing forward armaments. Holy cow, this thing's got turrets upon turrets, and the main guns are just fantastic. I don't know how much VRO has changed it. Looks like it still has 3 main weapons on the front at least. But yeah, these main guns on the front are, holy cow, they are powerful. And it's got, see, now I know this is added right here, right here. See this medium turret on the Sin is added by the mod that I put in recently. So I know this is a recently built Sin, rather than one that was spawned in when the game started. And because I know that the Sin doesn't have medium turrets in this location by default. So it's got large turrets here, 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom. There they are. And the medium turrets, there should be a couple of medium turrets here. These are the normal medium ones that you'll find. And then it's got some extra ones that were added by the mod. So yeah, a whole bunch of new medium turrets that are just kind of surrounding this ship. It is an awesome and beautiful ship. I love flying it, and I can't wait to get one again. Wow, the Telati are building some... Well, I think the Terrans have hired the Telati to build them something. They got a defense platform right next to the jump gate, which is... You know, I think they might actually hold this sector in this save. Whereas before, I mean, I'm used to Frontier Edge being Xenon, but this time, you know, the Void might be a lot safer place. Because normally what I would do is on the Void side of this jump gate, I would put down a defense platform right here. And I don't think I'd have to do that this time. Alright, Antigone Memorial, let's go. That was very impressive, and I'm definitely going to stay with VRO now. I would recommend it to anyone who's just thinking about it. The capital ship weapons are truly something very different, and not to mention how many of them there are. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was so fun just being in the middle of that. Anyways, I'm going to keep going, so we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.